So I had this for a while in the collection and I sent it in. I realized it was a newsstand copy, and then when CGC got it, they marked it as a Canadian price variant, and I was all excited because
NoCoastComicBooks.
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. Jeremy here from No Coast Comics. As always, we're gonna do things backwards from the last video. We got 3 books I picked up from a local comic book show the other weekend. Very excited about these. One of them is a personal grail of mine that I had no idea this book was gonna be there. Pretty big book, but yeah, very excited about that. And we've also got 25 modern books that just came back from CGC that we're gonna unbox. So let's get started. First up, guys, I'm gonna share with you a few books I just picked up at a local comic book show the other weekend. I had a buddy in town that I haven't seen him for, probably 2 years now. And he was able to make the show. He was back visiting some family, and I told him that the show was going on, and so we kind of met up and hung out for an hour or two, and it was great to catch up with him and buy some books, and he got some really good books as well. So these are the ones I got, and we'll just get right into it. So first up, this is the first appearance of Riri Williams in cameo on the last page. I think this book has a lot of potential. It's kind of been in a lull right now, so we'll see. I mean, it's not what I'd say the best Riri Williams book to pick up by any means, but pretty respectable, and yeah, my buddy gave me a good deal on it, so that always helps. So Invincible Iron Man number 7 and a 9.6. I did obviously buy this book as a slab, already graded. Yeah, got a pretty decent deal on it. So I already have a 9.8 of this book, but with the Ironheart, stuff that is sure to come eventually, this book will, I believe, come back up in value some. So we'll see what happens with that, but happy to get another one of those for the collection. Sorry about that noise on the Mylar there, but okay, next up, this book I think was actually the last book that I bought that day. It was just a one-day show. I was only there for maybe two and a half hours. This is the first appearance of The Calendar Man, Detective Comics number 259. This is probably a very good copy-ish. I need to look at it a little closer, but I think there is some spec with the Suicide Squad movie that's just about to release with The Calendar Man, so we'll see what happens with that. It's a great, Silver Age first appearance, so cannot complain about that. I got it for a decent deal. Again, I knew the dealer who had this for sale, and they gave me a pretty decent price on it. So yeah, happy about that one. And now for the big one. I didn't plan on, this, by any means. You just never know when you're gonna find these great books. We worked out a pretty good deal. I found out this was an original owner copy that the gentleman I bought it from normally doesn't set up at these types of shows. He does once in a while, but his buddy was there with a whole booth, and he just had a small, selection of wall books there to help him, while he washed his booth and stuff. And his buddy's like, yeah, you can, have a section of this wall. So Werewolf by Night, number 32, first appearance of Moon Knight. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you saw a little preview of these 3 books. This is going to be going to CGC definitely. I think it's about probably a 5.0 to 6.0. Maybe if I press it might get a little better. So, I mean, with the Moon Knight show coming up, this book I feel like is only going to keep going up, especially with Oscar Isaac being announced as playing Moon Knight. So that should be a great show. Again, this is a book that's been on my radar for I don't know how long, and I've just never found a copy that was affordable. For a raw copy, I think I got a pretty good deal on it, and yeah, we'll see what happens when we send it to CGC. All right, and now for the CGC unboxing, we got 25 more modern slabs. Last time we had a bunch of Department of Truth. I don't think we have any Department of Truth this time, maybe 1 or 2, but I think I left all Department of Truth off this, so if you're Department of Truth out, don't worry, there's a wide variety in this video. So first up, this is a book that I've shown you guys a couple times. I've sold a copy of this already. Thor number 617, first appearance of Kid Loki. I think they have that on the label. They don't have it on the label, but it is the first appearance of Kid Loki as seen in the Loki Disney Plus show. I really enjoyed that season 1. My wife and I watched it, every week when it came out, the day of. So it was definitely a fun ride. Looking forward to season 2 and seeing what happens with the new big bad that we got introduced to. So 9.8 there. This is the first cover appearance of Cad Bane. You can see here. He debuts in Darth Maul #2, and he's not on the cover of that one, but this book's pretty cool. It is his first cover appearance with the appearance of him and the Bad Batch. These books are definitely heating up still, and I just really think that Cad Bane is a cool character. I don't think we've seen the end of Cad Bane by any means. So, got a 9.8 there. Speaking of Star Wars, here's another really cool book. There's a little bit of lint here from packaging, but... So we got Darth Vader #25, the action figure variant with Dr. Aphra on the cover. This is really cool. I think this is the first one of these covers, and maybe the only one that Dr. Aphra is an action figure on, with the John Tyler Christopher variants. He's done so many of those, and with Aphra coming eventually, hopefully, I really think this book is one to hold on to right now if you can find a copy of affordably. Very cool book there, and 9.8. All right, this book I've had for quite some time. I think I kind of wrote it off for a little while. It is a first appearance, but I don't know. I guess I thought it wasn't a 9.8 for some reason, but I looked at it again, and sure enough, it was worthy, and I got it. Amazing Spider-Man Annual #22, first appearance of Speedball. One of those kind of oddball characters that you really never know where he's going to show up. With the New Warriors, spec that has been floated around on and off, I figured, this was one that would probably be worth getting graded if it was a 9.8, and sure enough, we got that back. This book is from 1988. It is getting a little harder, I think, to find books from this era in 9.8 shape. Just really, as more collectors get priced out of the Golden Age and Silver Age books, I think, they're going to the Bronze Age stuff, and even into modern. I mean, because that's way more affordable, always has been. Aside from the massive keys, obviously, like your ASM 300s, but this book, I think, is highly undervalued right now. He's not a character that's gonna get, as big as anything like Spider-Man, obviously, but just a cool character, and always fun to see the renditions that are put out in modern comics. More modern than 1988. This one I really thought had a shot at a 9.8, guys. Kind of disappointed on that. I think there's just one little spot on the cover. I wasn't sure if it was going to be considered a printing defect or what, but DMZ #1. This is going to be a show, I believe, on HBO Plus or HBO Max. I don't have the HBO one. I have Disney Plus. I think it's called HBO Max, right, guys? And Rosario Dawson is playing the lead, I believe. Really cool story from DC and Vertigo in 2006. Yeah, I thought we had the shot at a 9.8, but it came back 9.6, still respectable, and I think that show's coming out in the next couple months, I want to say. So decent timing on that one. Okay, these next few, I kind of bought. It's not something I normally buy, a lot of the store variants and stuff, but it was a pretty good price, and I liked a lot of the art, so I just went ahead and got them. And when they came in, I thought they were all going to be 9.8 worthy, so I submitted them to have the set. So we've got Magic #1 from the new Boom series that just came out this April. This is the cover A, the Scorpion Comics edition, Virgin cover A. Really cool cover there. I love creatures like that. And these next few are going to be all the same title in the different covers. So what it was, here's the cover B, is they had a set you could buy when they first announced these, and there was a really limited number of all of the sets, and I want to say it was $120, $150, I don't know, but I really thought all the art was really cool on these, and yeah, so it was a whole set of 6 of them, And really cool art from the Magic series, which is based in the same world as Magic the Gathering, obviously. So I'll just show you guys all these covers. I got 9.8s on all of them except one, and that's this one. And this one, you get a 9.9. The stock that these are printed on was pretty thick, pretty glossy stock, and it's pretty dark, but got a 9.9 there. So I'm probably gonna try to sell all of those as a set. If anybody's interested, yeah, that's not something that I really would probably keep in my personal collection, being a six book set. It really takes up a lot of space, so I'll probably be selling those all as one. All right, moving on, we got a Spider-Man 2099 #1, which is the origin of Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara. Cool foil cover there, classic from 1992. Kind of hard to get in a 9.8. I've had a few copies of this book, but this is the first one that looks 9.8 worthy to me, so we sent it in and we got it. All right, next up, another Spider-Man book. This is the third printing of the Pat Gleason Virgin variant for number 55. The first printing of this is the one that was black with white that started the whole webhead trend that he's been doing lately with a whole bunch of different books. I think I had a Venom one in my unboxing I just did a couple weeks back. Yeah, I really like this webhead cover. I think this blue is probably my favorite of the color schemes of it. I held out on the second prints. I didn't really want to get all the printings, but I saw this one and it looked really cool. So I get a 9.8 there. And keeping on the ASM train, we got Amazing Spider-Man number 61. This is the Frankie's Comics edition exclusive. I got a couple of these, obviously the homage to ASM 300 with that new costume debut on the cover there. Really cool 9.8 there. And we got one more of those. I did order a couple of these. And also, they had a Virgin variant. So we got the Virgin cover there. That's one of those, books that I don't know if they'll ever stop doing homages of. I mean, there's tons out there. It's just a classic pose. All right, up next we got X-Men number 53, the first full appearance of Onslaught in a 9.8. I think I picked this up fairly recently at one of the LCSs in my area. I've had a few copies over the years that were pretty close to 9.8 worthy, and I found one that was finally. This book's heated up recently. I think there's some spec on it. Next up, I believe this is the second copy of this book I have. War of the Realms New Agents of Atlas number 1. A lot of first appearances in this book, including Luna Snow, first appearance of Arrow in the United States anyway. So there you go. New Agents of Atlas number 1. There's a lot of spec on this book, with this team possibly getting more important in the near future. I mean, possibly making their way into some MCU projects, we'll see. Talked about Star Wars The High Republic here before. I picked up this Swabi variant cover. I think that's how you pronounce it, Swabi. Right when it came out. My LCS had ordered enough copies. I think this was 1 in 25, maybe 1 in 50. And we got the 9.8 there. Really cool cover, a lot of first appearances in this book. This is a new ongoing series that I think they're up to issue, 6 or 7? I could be a little behind on that, but. And then right around the same time, this came out actually a month before it says. I thought they dropped right around the same time. Star Wars The High Republic Adventures number 1. Great Yoda cover there. This is the retailer incentive edition. I think this was a 1 in 10 if I'm not mistaken. Great cover with a young Yoda there, younger Yoda there in the front. Yeah. Really cool book there. All right, we get another Star Wars book. Now, for a long time, people were saying this is the first appearance of Darth Malak. Now they're saying that this is actually, he's known as Squint, and then later he goes by that name. But obviously some debate on this one. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic number 31 and a 9.8. This is one that I think I picked up at the LCS not too long ago, and I gave this one a press, and we got the 9.8. Excited about that. I think we're moving on from Star Wars now. Yep, we got a She-Hulk. Number 22. It's the first appearance of Jacinda and Highlight, also Absorbing Man, and a Titania appearance, excuse me. A lot of spec with this book that Jacinda, I believe, is going to be in the She-Hulk show. Haven't really kept up on those rumors much, but I know this book is going for some decent money right now. Yeah, I'm not a huge She-Hulk fan as far as the comics, but I'm definitely excited to see how the show turns out. Got a few left. Okay, now we'll save that one. Getting into some little bigger books here, I guess. Maybe not this one, but the last two are pretty fun. Daredevil Volume 2, number 10. This is the second appearance of Echo, who I believe has been confirmed for her own series. It's been cast. I think she's going to show up in the Hawkeye show. Her first appearance is in number 9 right before this. Great David Mack cover there. I am a huge David Mack fan. Just all the washes he uses and crazy painting styles. It's a really cool cover, and there's a lot of legs for Echo moving forward in the Disney Plus and maybe even, MCU world. So, I mean, they're all the same universe anyway, but okay, this one is pretty crazy. So I had this for a while in the collection and I sent it in. I realized it was a newsstand copy, and then when CGC got it, they marked it as a Canadian price variant, and I was all excited because I was like, there's no books, there's like hardly any books, any slabs of this on the census in the Canadian price variant. And getting a 9.8 in the CPVs are like almost unheard of, especially, yeah, it's just really hard to come by. So then I was all excited, but then when the books went to graded and came back to me, it turns out it's not the Canadian price variant. It is the newsstand. I just like, I don't know why they changed it. Maybe when they got it, they thought that it was just based off of the barcode, but whatever happened, they looked at it again. Sure enough, it was just the newsstand, but still a really cool book. Detective Comics 583, first appearance of Ventriloquist and Scarface. Yeah, it's really weird because I had this book for a long time. I kind of forgot I had it. I love the cover Mike Mignola did on it. I know we've got some Mike Mignola fans on this channel, and I think this is the only cover he ever did for Detective. Don't quote me on that, but I want to say that is. And 9.8 with that newsstand copy down here. The thing about the census is I don't think they determine on most books anyway that it is a newsstand copy. At least on this one they don't. I was bummed that it was not the Canadian price variant after they said that it was, but this is what the book is. So yeah, happy to have that 9.8. And finally, the last book I got for you guys today. I have another story with this book too. So I've never had a book get bumped from the modern tier up to, I think they bumped it up to standard because that was the next one up, just based on value. We've had some big books come through, and I think that this might be something that they're cracking down on more with the new management at CGC, because they did just get purchased by, well, a majority share was just purchased by, I believe it was Blackstone, I think is what it's called, Investments. Like Jay-Z is one of the people that's in on that. There's quite a few high-profile people that have an equity stake now in CGC. and management changes have kind of happened a little bit too. Matt Nelson got promoted to president. He was just a primary grader, not just, but he was a primary grader, has a lot of experience there, so it's cool that they promoted him to president. But we'll see if this is actually something that is going to be more rampant now, or just I had bad luck on. But this book has been going for about $600 to $700 in a 9.8. Yeah, Star Wars Canon number 6, The Last Padawan from 2015. I previously unboxed a 9.6 of this book on the show here. I really thought that copy was nicer than this one, to be honest with you. I don't know if CGC has been a little looser in the last few months as far as their grading, giving out 9.8s, or if it really was a crapshoot and they were both roughly the same condition, and I just get a 9.6 and now it's a 9.8 on this copy. I did buy both copies at the same time. I did press this one. I think I pressed the other one as well. So I don't know, maybe I'll resubmit the other one. But either way, we got a 9.8 of this book. First appearance of Sabine Wren. A lot of heat on this book, Sabine Wren being in the Disney Plus shows. So very cool to get that as well. So that's the unboxing for this time, guys. I got 25 modern books plus those 3 books I showed you I picked up at the local convention. Had a lot of fun at that convention. I cannot wait to get back to more of them. So thanks for checking out this video, guys. I hope you had a lot of fun. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. I always appreciate that, and give me a thumbs up on your way out if you enjoyed this one. There's gonna be more content like this coming, as always. I've got a couple more batches of books at CGC currently, so sometime in the next 2 to 6 months, those will be back here. I don't remember when I sent them, but they'll be here soon, so I'll make more of those. I'll probably do some more content. There's definitely going to be some local conventions coming up that I'll bring the camera along for those. This one was quite a small convention, so I left the camera at home, but if that's something you guys would want to see, definitely let me know down in the comments below. Yeah, I think that wraps it up, so thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys next time.